Thyroid cartilage, the largest cartilage of larynx, which is holding, well, not holding, the thyroid gland is nearby this thyroid cartilage. Thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, arytenoid cartilage, and also unpaired epiglottis. Let's see what schemes I can provide for you. Like the connections of cartilages. First of all, on the pictures, then the schemes. Again, I'll repeat. Thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, arytenoid cartilage, and epiglottis. Thyroid is the largest and is formed out of plates connected with angle. It is more obvious angle in males than in females. You know this Adam's apple, yes. More narrow angle for males. Then there are notches above this angle, superior and inferior notch, and two pairs of horns for thyroid cartilage. The upper horns and the lower horns. That's it about thyroid cartilage. I told you, rather easy. Cricoid cartilage is formed in shape of a ring. You know, many of my students got rings, so you understand what is this shape. There is arc and lamina. Arc is on the front, lamina is on the back. So you like rotated your ring on the opposite side. Above these cricoid cartilage, there is arytenoid cartilage. They are small and shaped like pyramids. They got base and apex. Also, they got two processes. One process is vocal process, the other one is muscle process. To vocal process, the vocal cords are attached. To muscle process, the muscles are attached. This is also not very hard. Then there is epiglottis. Epiglottis is in the shape of a leaf. The purpose of epiglottis is to close the laryngeal inlet during the process of swallowing. This is laryngeal inlet, this is epiglottis. During the swallowing, it will close the adductus laryngeus. So it will come down because of the muscle that will pull it downward and close the inlet. We have talked about the cartilage like they are separated, but you see that they are all connected. There is no space in between them. How they are connected? Let's see. First of all, there are articulations and then there are ligaments. Articulations are performed. The green color here is thyroid cartilage. Pink color is cricoid cartilage, and blue color is arytenoid cartilage. This is front, this is back. Front, back. Here is the connection between cricoid and thyroid cartilage, the first one. This is articulatio cricothyroidea. And this is performing around the frontal plane, so the frontal, not plane, frontal axis. So I forgot to bring the model. During your short break, I'll bring the model and show you how they are moving, each one around another. Here is connection between arytenoid cartilage and cricoid cartilage. So this is articulatio cricothyroidea. Two articulations. Rather easy. Epiglottis doesn't have an articulation, it just got a connection. Let's see. I told you that larynx is attached to hyoid bone. Here is hyoid bone presented. Here is the membrane that connects the hyoid bone with thyroid cartilage. This is ligamentum thyroidea. Thyroid ligament. You can read that it is separated into some parts. I will be glad if you will study at least that it is called ligamentum thyroidea. Then there is another ligament in between thyroid cartilage and cricoid cartilage. which is ligamentum cricothyroidea. Also easy. Yes, there is also ligament that attaches epiglottis. So ligamentum thyroepiglottica, and another one ligament that connects. No, already told it. The fourth ligament. There are lots of ligaments, but we need to study 4 of them. And well, I remember what I was going to say, and I'll tell you. Now we studied the cartilage and ligaments. Then we are studying the muscles of larynx. It is a rather complicated topic now. So the structure of larynx is easier than the muscles that perform movements in the larynx. Here are vocal cords that are stretched in between the vocal process of arytenoid cartilage and to the internal surface of the thyroid cartilage. Muscles are attached to the muscle process of arytenoid cartilage and to some other cartilage. And they are generally divided into 2 groups, which are dilators of vocal slit and constrictors of vocal slit. For dilators, it is easy. There is only one muscle which is dilating the vocal slit, and this is musculus cricoarytenoidus posterior. This muscle, cricoarytenoidus posterior. This is pulling the muscle process to the middle side, making the vocal process to go in distance, dilating the vocal slit. This is representing the movement of this muscle, dilation. Others are always closing, why there are more muscles closing than muscle that is opening? We need to open the vocal slit to breathe, and to perform sound we need to close it, because only the vibration of the vocal cords will perform the sound of voice. If the opening will be opened, air just will go through without making sound. That's why we need more muscles to close them in different connection to make more sounds. Let's see what are these muscles. There is musculus cricoarytenoidus lateralis, thyroarytenoidus, which are coming from thyroid cartilage now to the arytenoid processes. And you see when they are constricting, they are like closing their muscle process to the other cartilages and closing their vocal slit. And there is also muscles in between the arytenoid cartilage. There is musculus arytenoidus obliquus and musculus arytenoidus transversus. These muscles are closing the arytenoid process to each one of them for performing this movement, closing them together. These are cricoarytenoidus lateralis. You see when they are moving, they are closing the vocal slit. There are more muscles. These muscles are performing the movements in between the thyroid and cricoid cartilage. Let's see this picture. So again, this is thyroid cartilage, the green one. The pink one is cricoid. The blue is arytenoid. What are the muscles? There is muscle in between thyroid and cricoid cartilage, which is musculus cricothyroidus. It is closing them, the cartilage, and tensoring the vocal cords, making them harder. And as strings they are. And as more harder the string is stretched, the more louder the sound will be. These are tensors for vocal cords. Then there is relaxers for vocal cords, which is the muscle musculus vocalis. This muscle is are coming from arytenoid cartilage to the internal surface of thyroid cartilage with their vocal cords. They are in the plica vocalis inside, in the folds that are formed around the cords. These are. They are relaxing them, making them softer, decreasing the volume of sound. This muscle is muscle which is pulling epiglottis. So this is not vocal muscle. It's not forming the sound. It's closing adductus laryngeus from entering anything which is what is not air. Let's see. Musculus ariepiglottica. It is presented. Goes around the epiglottis to pull it downward to close the laryngeal inlet. And the last material is the cavity of larynx. Cavity of larynx got three portions, which are vestibule of larynx, then there is glottis part or interventricular part. There are two names of it. And infraglottis part. This is representing trachea. They will be adductus laryngeus. What is the division? There are two pairs of folds in our larynx. Two of them are false vocal folds and two of them are true vocal folds. These false vocal folds are called plica vestibularis because they are the boundaries of the vestibule of larynx. These two are plica vocalis. These are vocal cords. These are the lower one, vocal cords. In between them is this vocal slit. Then this small glottis part of larynx, you see forming these pocket-like structures in between these two pairs of folds. These pocket-like structures are called ventricles of larynx, ventriculus laryngeus. That's why the third part is called infraglottis part, not because that's why. The third part is called infraglottis part because the second one is glottis part. Infraglottis part then is continuing with the trachea. What else we need to study? First of all, let's see what is presented on the poster. Let's see. So all over again. Here is epiglottis. Here is thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage. This will be cartilage of trachea. This is thyroid membrane ligament. You see it's very white, so it's not just ligament, more like membrane. Let's see. The muscles. This is area epiglottica muscle, which is pulling down the epiglottis to close it. These ones are oblique arytenoid muscles. This is transverse arytenoid muscles. This one is crica arytenoid muscle posterior, which is dilating the vocal slit. This will be, let's see. Yes, let's see. Translation. Crica arytenoide lateralis. This will be tira arytenoide muscle, 25th. Not constant muscle, 28. Crica thyroide muscle. This picture is representing the skeleton of larynx. So epiglottis, hyoid bone, the ligament in between hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage. We can see here two plates, the connection with angle, superior more deep notch, inferior not so obvious notch, superior horns, inferior horns. Cricoid cartilage, ligamento от крика тироида, трокея.